See, if I can sit
Wow.
like a Marlon Brando
Marlon Brando was a babe.
at one time.
Yeah.
And then he was also
I
horrifying.
think you carry that with you throughout. He was a lover. Don't you remember that, like, Rita Moreno had like a million stories about how they were like, he was insatiable.
Yeah.
Marlon Brando was the best lover I ever had. She like slept with Elvis to make Marlon Brando
but
jealous.
Elvis is not going to be good.
No.
Marlon Brando's a freak. That's why
Yeah.
he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, how's it going?
We live together. Look, I think it's funny that you said, how's it going? Because you've just been in the back room coding your little life away on the computer.
Yeah.
Earlier you were talking to me about it, and I have to be honest, I don't think I got a single word.
Yeah.
And that's not, and it's not like...
You got to know a lot already going in.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was like you have to know a lot about it going in, and then you're doing like a new type of coding, and I it's not going to be very interesting for anyone else.
The problem is I'm putting way too much effort into it for like what the outcome's going to be. It's like, oh, cool. And you're like, you don't even get the power of computation.
I think that there's an important thing to point out that I contribute as like a pretty big like success in our marriage. And I think we've said this before, but it's the code word that we have for when like I can't care about something or you can't care about something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, it doesn't mean that I don't like it, or it doesn't mean that I don't want to talk about it. It just means that like I don't care. It came when we were getting married and I like was bothering you with a million wedding questions, and then I was like, hey, what color should the napkins be? And you were like, I do not care. I don't care. You can choose whatever. It doesn't mean like I'm angry and I don't care. It just means that like, hey, I don't have the bandwidth for this, and also do whatever you want to do. This isn't important to me. And that code word is areola. You're
saying that my coding doesn't matter to you.
Yes.
Got it.
But I mean, I'll always let you talk about it because I think it's nice for you to like have someone to talk to about it. But for me personally, that's an areola
I don't need
moment.
to talk to anyone. I talk to the computers.
I know you do.
I don't need you or anyone. We don't even need to talk about it.
I hear you in the back there going like, what are you kidding me? Yeah. What are you doing? Yeah. No, I get it.
She's sassy sometimes.
I get it. I understand.
Every single, mark, every comma, every semicolon.
She's crazy.
If it's not right, she doesn't work.
You got it. Just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ones and zeros, baby.
Zeros and ones,
and no's.
baby.
Did we do it? Did we not do it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 13 of Favorite Cheese. In this episode, 13 is such a good number, Delman. I was born on a 13 day. Yeah. It's really spiritual to me. In this episode, we learned what Delman and I would do in a natural disaster.
There was a fire.
There was a fire right next to us,
and big and
we
scary.
both had very different
we grabbed
reactions.
Some interesting things.
Yeah, 100%.
And we find out that I revisited trivia night with my old trivia team, and we are no longer the trivia masters, not because of us, but because too many people were there.
Oh no, you're not old.
We're not old. It's not that.
It's not that.
The people.
We also have a smorgasbord of hypotheticals.
Yes.
Some really fun ones coming your way, baby. Oh, what else?
Hopefully your Super Bowl was fun. This is before the Super Bowl.
This is before the Super Bowl. So
we don't even know.
Congratulations to the Chiefs.
It'll come out after the... Whoa.
Congratulations to the Eagles.
The Eagles.
See, I covered both of them.
We'll cut whatever. Yeah, it is.
Covered both of them.
That
was
magic.
Crazy that the Eagles won 34-37.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That was crazy that the Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles tied and they both won and walked away with the trophy. First time in history.
Yeah,
we had to just turn it off after hour 9.
Yeah.
So.
But Rihanna, though, right?
6-6. I don't even know how that happened.
That's so stupid. Yeah, we gotta go. 66. We gotta get out of here.
That's not even a score you can
know
get.
How you did that.
Neither of us got the field goal or the 2-point conversion.
Good for you. Okay, I have a tiny bit of leftovers from last week. It's only a small little thing, and I'll only talk about it for a second. I've been listening to a fantasy smut series.
Yes.
And sometimes I listen to them, and sometimes I read it. Like at night, I usually read it on my Kindle.
Switcheroo.
And it's helpful. Again, it puts it in different sides of your brain, and also it's just
sometimes you can't read right now.
You just can't read that much. You guys, I got a lot of things to do in my day.
I'm driving, I
got so many things to do. I'm cleaning. I'm doing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So, but what I will say is like the girl before was so good, and I feel like I can do it because this is like a podcast. But before she was like very like she talked like this, and it was like
sultry,
so good. Well, and also just like really calming, and she was very good at like doing a masculine voice, but like it was still good. Like she did multiple characters. She was very good. The main heroine, even though she's like a little bit childish in her mind, was like she still did her very well, and she was like yes. And, like, I looked at him and I could tell that I was upset. And, like, all this, like, really good.
Yeah.
She did great with it. She was so good. Her name was Jennifer Ikeda. And I was like, I love her. Like, I'll listen to these forever now because of her. Cut to book 3. And it's a new person. And literally, she's like, anyways, I'm back in the fairyland. And it honestly feels like she's, like, such an angry girl. And I'm like, this is...
What happened to
I don't know.
Jennifer?
I don't know.
Happened?
I even looked it up. I was like, did she die?
Yeah.
But like also rude. But they changed her to this other girl and she's horrible.
Yeah, that's
she's
hard.
A nightmare. She literally is like, I don't know. And then she's so just like, I'm so angry. Also, she does this, and I'm so sorry, podcast listeners. She does like these noises.
Oh, yeah.
And
they don't get rid of them.
Am gonna
You're very sensitive to sound.
Sensitive to sound. I know people have said that. But truly those weird,
voiceover actors are a big deal. Like weirdly
sign me up. I'm ready. I'll read whatever you want me to read. And hopefully I won't read it like literally a Valley Girl. She's like, these roses are in my room.
It is like, crazy though how like other countries, Friends or whatever, they dub the shows. In France, I believe, like the guy who played Joey like died season 4, the actor who did the voiceover, and so they've never heard the real Matt LeBlanc. Like, they have no clue what he sounds like, even though he has a French last name. But this voiceover actor, he was the guy, and when he died, there was like apparently like
an uproar
in the streets.
Good,
yeah,
I get it.
They were like,
I would be like,
that's not Matt LeBlanc. That's not the Joey we know.
Not at all, and especially because I'm listening to it. It's such like a specific. It's put it in my brain that I'm now honestly like, I don't think I can listen to it anymore. Like I'm probably gonna halt the series for a bit.
Not my guy.
Or just do it but it's not it. Now I'm so in love with the person that did the reading of that before. I'm like, I'm just gonna have to like, I don't know, spend thousands of dollars. That or spend thousands of dollars and be like, can you read me this book?
She's like, oh.
She's like, no.
Some fan paid me to read this whole entire book.
It's better than the other girl that's like, anyways.
I bet we could get AI to do it. I'll take all the stuff she's already read, compile it into a robot. Yeah, and then it'll just sound exactly the same.
Shut up.
It'll be like that thing we were talking about, like we'll just reduplicate her. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then she'll never work again.
Oh, no, wait, no.
We got you in this capsule.
Wait, I feel like she got fired in the first place and it was a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Anyways,
well, the other girl's out too.
I know that's a very niche problem, but I feel like the people that understand will be like, no, I get it. Yeah. I stopped listening because of Blurv and Herf.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm like, I'm just upset about it.
I haven't been listening, so I have no idea, but I have noticed you've been angry.
Also, the fact that girl is so bad at it, I'm like, the smut's gonna be even worse. Like if I have to listen to it, like, anyways, he was like so
he like put his hand on my hip. It was insane. I was not into it, but I was kind of into it.
I was like kind of into it, and like I looked and I was like, I look
You're
good.
Like, is she rewriting the thing? Because I think we were into this.
The writing has fallen off.
Well, I'm sorry that you're going through that with your smut stuff.
Thank you so much for concern, even feigning concern.
Yeah.
About my smut being halted. Mm-hmm. Everyone's gonna suffer. Everyone's suffering. I have a fondue.
Okay, great.
It's a weird fondue, though.
Okay, love it.
Or would you classify it as like a unbelievable?
Oh, yeah. If you're going to talk about what I think you're going to talk about.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
So a very long story short, we were here the other night. It was like a couple nights ago. And our neighbor like knocks on our door like crazy and is like.
Well, no, I'm coding. You're doing whatever with your weird erotic novel. And there is.
That sounds so much worse.
And there's.
You're doing whatever it is you're doing with your weird erotic novel.
But there's like a fire alarm going for a while.
Oh yeah. Okay,
and,
that is a point that you should clarify.
Yeah, and we're all just like, God,
dude, we live in LA.
So
fire
annoying.
alarms go off in the buildings all the time. Yeah. All the time there's a fire alarm going off.
I've never actually been
Same
in this
with
situation.
a car alarm. Like whenever a car alarm goes off, I'm never like, oh my God, is someone getting robbed? I'm always like, who the hell's
I've
car
never been in
alarm
this situation where it's like it's a cry wolf situation for me all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, okay.
It's like someone pulled it or like a candle
and I'm
blew
like,
out.
That's still going on. And long story short, after a while, our neighbor pounds on our door. And he's like, you have to, like, we got to go. We got to evacuate the building.
The building behind us, right behind us, is on fire. Is
fire.
In blazes.
And I'm like, how on fire? And he's like, on fire. Like,
literally
we have to
grab your dogs, get your shit, go. Yeah. And we're like, ah!
Which is an interesting situation because it's like, what do I even grab? Like, I wasn't ready. I wasn't
you weren't ready at all.
Yeah. Well, no
I mean that in the nicest way.
You're either too ready or you're not ready at all. Like,
we did realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not just gonna leave all my prized possessions in a bag all the time. You know, it's like sometimes I want to use them.
Bag.
Yeah, it's like I want to. So it's like I'm grabbing watches. I'm grabbing my cameras. I came back from my computer actually.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, fire's slow.
I just grabbed the dogs because I feel like
dogs.
I grabbed the dogs. I didn't grab a single thing of like importance.
And so you're leaving, and I'm like, I'm gonna grab Gus.
He's panicking.
The van. Well, whatever.
Because Gus is like there by the fire.
Like, so here's this like fire right in front of my face, like 15 feet ahead of me, just it looks fake. That's how much fire is
happening,
shooting up, and the whole building behind us is actually on fire, and no firemen are there. No one's there.
We've called. Everyone's been called.
People are, exactly. But this is right in the moment.
Yeah.
So I like run over to Gus, and I get in him, and I'm like, and I threw my bag.
Is our 1982 van again?
Yeah,
I feel like
and
say that.
Gus is our 1982 diesel van again.
Yeah.
Camper van.
Yeah.
That weighs a lot and it works when it wants to and it has a mind of its own.
It's also like our child.
Yeah. For now. Yeah. And so I get in and I'm like going to turn it on and the fire is like shooting
blazing
over and it's like yeah. Because you have to, it's a diesel, so you have to wait for it to like fill up with fuel.
Sure.
But still, it's like, and I'm like seeing, like, I'm hearing popping sounds and like insanity. Finally, I turn the car on. It's like, a good one. I'm like, yeah, and
this is Delman's escape plan.
I flip around and I make the 3-point turn and I'm going up and literally like the flames are coming behind me like an Indiana Jones ride. Like
you
literally
said it felt like hot.
Yeah, it's like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, and I look in the rearview mirror and it's just fire. And I'm like, we're doing
it.
Baby. And I like come out and you and all the neighbors are safe on the yard and you're looking at me and you're like, yeah,
we got it, we're good.
Yeah, and the other neighbors got their cars out and we were fine. And then the firemen showed up and they put the fire out and it was definitely weird.
It was definitely a weird, it was a weird thing. What I found very insane about it was they got the fire gone. It was okay. They controlled it. For that time being, there was like 75 firemen showed up. Like so many guys showed up. All of them very handsome. LA has the handsomest firefighters, all with like just so many porn stashes.
Everyone's kind of like in the front area who lives on the street. Firemen are handling it. The hotties are
handling it.
Hotties are handling the fire because they're the only ones that can handle it.
Yeah. They put out everything and they're like, okay, great. And they're all hugging because they haven't seen each other. They're all doing great.
We
watched it like
behind a fence, looking through the slats in the fence because we can't see, but like they have it under control and everyone's gone inside. And Lee and I are literally looking
it was
through
a show.
a
It was
peephole.
amazing to watch. Like they're so amazing in what they do. And so
one guy has like this crazy circular saw. He's cutting stuff.
Metal.
The other guys are just like spraying foam on things. Yeah. And they're all like hugging and they're like, has been a while. Like,
been a minute.
The crazy part about it was like, this was so normal to them that they were just like, but to someone else, this was their lives.
That's what I was like going to say is that I realized in that moment that like, whatever I thought my zombie apocalypse outfit was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Like it absolutely
Your
wasn't.
Outfit was.
I was like cleaning
notch.
all day, so I had like on a massive tie-dye eagle t-shirt, and
So it's like Oklahoma, and there's like a dream catcher.
No, it doesn't have a dream
not
catcher.
that one.
No, it has like three. It just has 3 eagles on the mountain, and it's huge and like amazing and beautiful. And then I had on like the weirdest pants and Crocs.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh no,
and no bra. yeah. I'm just like, hey guys.
I honestly thought like if the zombie apocalypse came and it happened, I thought I would be so much cooler.
No.
But no, I'm realizing that now.
I was actually dressed pretty well.
You were like fine.
In the apocalypse, they'd be like, you guys,
This
and you're
guy?
like,
And I'd be
actually,
like,
I left. It was a cleaning day.
It was a
Actually,
day.
he looked good. It was our last day. I can't go back.
I can't go back. I've been looking for some items. No, I realized that. I was like, oh my god, I'm in a zombie apocalypse. I am gonna look like an absolute.
I know. I was in
bucket.
Birkenstocks, and I'm like, that's not the shoes you want to be. Your last pair of shoes.
Crocs. You want
like,
Crocs?
I can't run.
I know. I would be screwed.
It's like I wish I would have left with like some solid trekking shoes.
Yes.
Good support.
Well, now you know we're gonna be those people. We're gonna be like, here's our bug out bag. It was an absolute unbelievable thing, and it's very much like I realize more and more that that's just such a city living journey, Yeah,
the whole building was on fire, and our building could catch on fire at any moment, and everything you're thinking about is like, did I pay for the homeowner's insurance?
Dude,
did I leave anything in there? Is there something else I should get?
100%.
And like, I kept going back in. I'm like, I'm gonna get my computer, and you're like, the fire,
you dongo. And he's like, no, I'm gonna get it. No, so they put it out. We watched the hotties be the hotties and do their great job, and then they sprayed each other, and they all got so wet. And
wait, I was at a different.
Okay, I think maybe not. But no, they all got, like they put it out. It was great. It was wonderful. We have hyper vigilant upstairs neighbors that were like, great, we'll keep an eye out, yada yada. We're like, cool. 5 hours later, at least, it's on fire again. Everything is on fire.
Like everything, yes. we were like making weird jokes. Like, remember that fire?
Yeah,
like,
the whole time we were like, God, remember that fire?
Man,
That's nuts.
I've moved the van back. Everything's good. We're like, man, we feel safe.
They put it out.
LA firefighters are the guys. The day after our place, there was a fire not more than a mile away. Same thing.
Are you saying that you think it's suspicious activity?
I am 100% saying that. But it was very scary. We learned a lot. I'm going to make a go bag. What's in your go bag?
What's in my go bag?
Potato chips.
Potato chips. Absolutely. Without a doubt, potato chips.
Cheetos.
Look, I got to get my Kermit the Frog t-shirt. I got to get a 1988 Star Trek The Next Generation wraparound t-shirt that I will not find again.
You don't even have that. Yeah, you do. I like it. It's like a wish list.
I'm like, dear insurance companies.
Yeah.
Like, this girl just lost a bunch of
2 Ferrari Testarossas. They were in my living room. What?
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I literally was like an Elton John tour t-shirt from 1977.
Yeah,
and they're like,
ma'am? It was hilariously interesting, though, because it's like, I mean, not that I want this place to burn down at all, but like, luckily.
I'm so glad you said it out loud.
I know.
Good.
We were all thinking
Otherwise, no one would have known.
But luckily, I do have like, renter's insurance.
Yeah, you're a smart guy.
So in my mind, I'm like, well, I got this stuff I can't replace.
Sure.
We can figure the rest out.
Sure.
But then some of our neighbors like, renter's insurance? What is this?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you better call them now.
Like 4 neighbors outside were like, I think I'm gonna get renter's insurance.
Yeah, no,
we're
but
like,
me
how
and
do you not have
me
this?
and one other neighbor, we were like, high five, good plan.
Good job. So that was my
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, unbelievable.
Also, like I was fondue of learning that about myself. Of like, in the next emergency, you can bet your butt I'm gonna put on a bra.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I need a bra. Because then I'm like, if it was like a real emergency, what am I like gonna do? You know, I'm like, we're not gonna be able to come across a Walmart or something. You know, we gotta
stop at this Walmart. I gotta get some support for my chichas. I know it's the end of the world, and I know I should have thought about it. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Sorry.
And I also didn't bring any food.
I put the cash.
Sad thing is
on
all
the
I was
register.
thinking about is like, man, I just got like really good salmon. That's gonna go down.
That's Delman.
Just got
Delman's
a nice.
Like, we just got in the
I
apocalypse.
just went grocery shopping. Like, if insurance isn't gonna cover a fresh load of groceries,
they're not.
I like write it out. I'm like, I just went to Costco.
An itemized list of a Costco receipt.
I'm very organized. Here's my list. They're like, no.
Sir,
Polecat Alaskan salmon.
You know how much those protein shakes are?
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Didn't even use a coupon that time. Just kidding, I did. They're like, sir,
we're not going to pay for that. But here's, some items of your home back. Now that I know this, I'm absolutely going to be writing my apocalypse film differently, where no one's going to be in cool gear. The ones that are cool, everyone's going to avoid because they're going to be like, oh, they're way too into this.
Hey, guys, I got an idea.
And they're like, get out of here, man.
And he whips out a guitar and he's like, I'm hungry.
Dust in the wind. And they're like, oh, God.
I would love if, like, at the end of the world, if finally stuff like that was just like, this doesn't matter anymore. Get rid of your guitar, Garrett.
We need kindling for the fire.
Yeah,
Put it in the
burn
fire.
No, trees, man. Stop. We don't need the sounds.
No, man.
But then
in the wind.
You would miss music after a while.
Yeah, Garrett's going to be fine. He needs his guitar by the fire.
Yeah, but what if it's the last guitar? It's like.
Let him have it. It's the end of the world.
I don't know, though. Fire sounds good.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, it depends. I'd make him do an audition.
You can't audition people.
All right, here we go. We're doing it or it's in the fire.
You play saxophone? Fire.
Yeah. That would not help the fire at all. That just ruins someone's dream.
I don't care.
We need wood.
We're not listening to
metal.
I am not listening to saxophone.
It's less about it helping. We just not listening.
I'm not listening to saxophone in the apocalypse.
I'm
absolutely not listening to it. No, it's done.
I didn't survive the apocalypse to listen to your saxophone. And I'm sorry. Throw it in the fire.
Honk.
Right
Honk
now.
it on in there.
Do you want to survive? Throw it in the fire. Wow.
We're going to kill you. If you
and
don't
I think I almost took my saxophone. That was going to be the next thing I was going to say.
No.
I had my bagpipes, so we were good.
No. Out of everything, I'm like, food, shelter, water. He's like, saxophone.
I got to have my reeds.
God. It's perfect. It really is perfect. You have a camembert because you were telling me all about it. I am so sorry.
I have something that I'm a little sad about, about.
I saw you roll your eyes and get all like miffy-roo about it.
Yeah.
But would you say you're miffed about it?
I don't know what that means.
Would you say you're upset about it? Or would you say you're like...
sad about it.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, so something I guess I... Camembert, but it feels more like less like mad and more just like sad.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Swiss cheese.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I don't know why. It doesn't make sense.
It feels like it's incomplete inside.
There it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, something that you're Swiss about.
Something that I camembert or that I'm Swiss about or that I'm sad about.
Sure.
A group of friends that I've had for a long time. For whatever reason, we got into trivia. We got really into it. We'd go on Monday nights. We got good. I mean, not really, probably.
No, but you got like pretty good.
There was probably like when we used to go 30 people, which felt like a lot, and maybe like 6 teams. So you're never like that bad.
Yeah.
Like, you're 6th, and you're like, not doing too
bad.
And
we got on the map.
Yeah. And then sometimes, like, we'd get to be, like, first place.
Yeah. You'd come home and win a couple times.
So
and you'd be like, yeah.
Our team kind of, like, melded from some random people. Because we were able to do well, we really liked it. And it really became, a thing.
It was like every Monday for, like, years.
For whatever reason, like, when that episode in Game of Thrones came out called Hold the Door. Mm-hmm. So we used to always change our name all the time.
Yeah.
And if we would win, we would leave the name.
Yeah.
You know, so some people, they always have their names. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, Hold the Door episode happens. We name our team that, and we started winning.
Yeah.
And then we just kept winning.
So you have to be Hold the Door the whole time.
Yeah, so the episode is no longer relevant. Yeah. People are mad about...
Not at all.
People are mad about Game of Thrones at this point.
Yeah.
Like it's over, and we're still Hold the Door. We're still doing it because it's working.
Years later.
Still, yeah. Doesn't matter, but it's working.
And they're like, what trivia pun is that? And you're like, it's not a trivia pun.
Which is like almost even better.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So then COVID happened. So luckily the guy who was running trivia, he was doing like an online thing. So in a nice way, like we all got to hang out.
It was
over
really cool.
Zoom.
I remember we'd like make food and I'd like listen and
we'd be at my parents' house. We would all meet up, you know, and we'd have some beers and we'd all be like, how's it going?
Zoom.
And Zoom trivia. And it was really nice. And then it started getting like really busy and people found out about the Zoom and we were all excited about it. And we were still doing good, but it was getting harder and harder. All of a sudden it came back to being in person. I had always missed it. And so I'm always reaching out to my friends and I'm like, let's do this trivia. Let's do trivia.
Like for the last like 2 months, you've been like, hey, Monday night trivia. Hey, Monday night trivia.
It's just a nice time to catch up with your friends and play some games. I've been saying it for a while. 2 of my friends are about to have babies, you know, that are on the trivia.
They're due a day apart.
Yeah, that are on the trivia team. So I know our days are numbered. Well, it's true. I mean, they're going to be busy. It just sounds
so dark of our days are numbered. You know
they're going to be busy.
Things are going to change.
Yeah,
yes.
And we haven't done it in a long time. So finally, like, everyone is like, hey, let's go to a trivia night. Like, let's get the band back together. Let's
do it, baby.
Hold the Door is back in action. We're doing it.
That's such an old name.
Yeah, exactly. So we dust off our old, pens and paper. And we dust off the trivia knowledge. We do some, little...
Light Googling.
Just looking up some stuff, looking at recent holidays.
Good for you.
Just trying to see the general knowledge.
This is cheating.
Reading some news.
It's fine.
No, it's called preparing.
Okay, good.
So we get there, and we even got there early.
Yeah.
And when we got there, it was like elbow to elbow, Saturday night.
No.
Insanity.
No.
And we showed up thinking we were gonna get like, hey, the guys are back.
Sure.
No. Nope. Only one of the old regulars was still there, and he was like, it's gotten crazy. And like
he's like in the mania.
Yeah, and he's like, I even got here. I got here at 6 p.m. Mind you, trivia doesn't start till 8:30 or 9.
God.
And he's like, and I still didn't get a table. And there's
You said it was like slammed. It was like
slammed.
hundreds of people.
It was a bunch of like the worst people ever. No offense to the people that go there now, but like they're all those just like live for the weekend kind of people.
Sure.
And
you said it was like a rowdy crowd.
They were rowdy, and some of them had gotten like printed out matching t-shirts with their team names on it, like bowling shirts almost.
So it's safe to say that it changed.
It changed a lot. This thing took off.
It popped off.
And so it was crazy. Like no one knew who we were. And I was like, we haven't been gone that long. Like literally, like we went when it opened up.
You said that even like other teams weren't there anymore.
No, even the guy who runs the trivia, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
It's like, Scott, what's up? He's like, Del, how's it going, man? He's like, these crazy girls are yelling at me that there's not enough tables. I'm going to be right back. And the thing is it became like a hot place to go. I don't know if it was on TikTok or whatever.
Know.
But it's not like trivia people. It wasn't like the nerds.
No, it was like
oh my God. Yeah, and it's and so like we were still doing fine because like, well, we got there so late. We had to go out. We had to sit outside. And just run in, and so
just like outside.
Yeah, and we had to run in when the trivia was happening, and one of my friends was like, "This is horrible," and we're like, "Yeah, but let's make the best of it."
Yeah.
Like, and so we're trying really hard. And we're still doing pretty good, even though now there's like 38 teams.
Jeez.
And so even the guy grading is just like it's taking him so long to grade them.
Yeah,
everyone's complaining, and it was just one of those things where it was just like, on one hand, you're happy for the bar. But even the guy who was like announcing, he's like, I wish it could go back to before. And I was like, because he's not getting paid for it.
Yeah, now he has to deal with 38 teams.
Yeah, and so it was really sad because in a way, like, I had a good time, but I like wrote down in my notes for this podcast, so I was like, trivia is dead. Like, I was just so dramatic about it.
You did come home and you were kind of sad about it. You were like, this is awful.
No, but we were sending each other like other trivia nights because weirdly, I know people dream of things being popping or whatever. But
You want no
sometimes,
pop.
sometimes a good thing when it's yours is the best.
Dude, that's so
and
true.
then when it pops, you're happy for them, but it's just not the same.
I get it. It happens all the time.
I mean,
places
Green
that
Day
we
for
love.
me.
Wow. That's the one. That's
No,
the
there's
poll.
some other ones.
Yeah, I can't listen to Green Day anymore now that they're popular.
I mean, I had that moment.
Did you
they really
really?
sold out.
Oh my god. It's like when you're like, wait a minute, is Radiohead on the Twilight soundtrack?
Yeah. So Trivia is dead for now.
Wow, Cheddar, I'm so sorry.
And they're going to have their babies before we find a new trivia night, it's over. But luckily for me, I've been meeting some pretty smart folk, and I'm trying to get a trivia super team together.
For what? Just to dominate all the trivia places?
Yeah, my dream was like, if you have like, because there's always a-holes that show up to trivia night and they're too good.
Yeah. Oh, no, there is. Because also.
And they're jerks.
Yeah.
They're never nice.
Yeah.
They're never like, oh man, like we just showed up for the night. They're always like these a-holes
yeah.
that like are smarmy.
Next time, maybe you'll get better luck.
Yeah.
And
And they're like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
So like my dream was like, I have some friends that have won Jeopardy and some other ones that are just trivia gurus. Yeah. And my dream was to like, you email me, hey, we have a trivia team. These guys are a-holes. We need them to be dethroned. And me and the boys show up. And we dethrone those guys.
This is such a specific. It's like that guy that was like, you can pay me $25 to cry at your funeral. And like, this is what you're doing.
And how's that guy not making more money?
Are you being bullied by your local trivia players at your trivia night? Well, me and my guys will come on in.
I almost offered to build the guy an app. I was like, can we do this Monday and Tuesday? Like, can we just?
Yeah, maybe like a Tuesday night trivia has a nice alliteration.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's just done. But that's the thing that's killing me the most is like a lot of the things that I used to do because I haven't gone back to like live performing yet.
Sure.
It's just gone, and it's like I miss it, but also
Look, we're gonna grow and we gotta change. Now, what you have to do is build your Ocean's 11 crew for trivia nights.
I'm gonna take
this guy's a Harvard grad.
Yeah.
This guy, he knows everything there is to know about pop culture.
Yeah.
That girl, she's a Disney freak, baby.
Yeah.
She knows all the ins and outs.
And me, I know sports. Gotta have this. No, just I was playing a character.
Yeah, okay. But what are you? I need to know what you
I'm
bring.
general knowledge and general morale boosting. I'm normally the dumbest one on the group, but I'm the one always texting everyone. Hey guys, we gotta get there.
Hey guys, we gotta get.
And I write them down.
The other people are like Harvard graduates, and Delman's like,
no, I have very good general knowledge. The things I know.
Good for you.
But it's very random.
Good for you.
So yeah, that's something I can't.
I think I'd probably fit in the morale category.
You're actually good at. You're good at the pop culture.
Yeah.
Really
I know everything there is to know. I know an uncomfortable amount of pop culture.
Yeah, like there's always movie stuff or audio stuff, and you're very good at that.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know like anything else, but
if they're asking you
culture.
like what river, you just gloss right over
Mississippi.
yeah,
Lake Titicaca.
Yeah,
that's the Nile.
Yeah, so
that's all I got. I could be like, who came up with the name NSYNC, because Lou Pearlman wanted it to be Kismet, and that was really bad. But then what they ended up doing was Justin Timberlake's mom saw them all together. They were wearing matching outfits, and she was like, wow, you guys are really in sync. And then they were like, oh my God, that's the name, NSYNC. Mm-hmm. So I could tell you like that snippet of information.
That's sad though.
What, that you wanted
like
it to be Kismet?
Boys being like, NSYNC is cool.
Yeah. Did
you just make that word up?
I'm sorry. I missed out on NSYNC being Kismet, and that would have been bad.
That wouldn't have made it. They would have been like, it's too specific.
It's a little on the nose.
All right. Well, shall we
dive into some questions in the melting pot?
Sure. Or some
really
hypotheticals.
Yeah, let's do it.
Would you rather have a clone of yourself or an identical twin?
Oh no. My mother is an identical twin.
Yeah.
And
it's weird.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's wild. They've had so many instances of like weird telepathy.
Yeah.
Where like I was going into surgery and no one knew about it. It was like an emergency heart surgery, and her twin called her and was like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. I think for me it would be like a clone because it's like a twin.
Yeah.
You feel like
They're
they are your
person.
equal.
Yeah, and also, but like you have, I like being
Like
an
a
individual.
clone, I would make that like my servant. I'd be like,
Cheddar, no.
I'd be like, you
No.
are me.
Cheddar.
You're not your own person.
They are though. That's the
No.
whole thing is that they are sentient. So you're gonna have to have
but they only
that.
were created because of me.
No, Delman, you
Whereas-
can't have a clone. No, you cannot have a clone servant. I'm sorry.
I'd be
No.
like, listen.
So you're saying like it's just me, but then like it's no. I think maybe I want a twin. Now that I think about that, I do. I want a twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Because
then
then you can share stuff.
you can share stuff. Then you can have like cool telepathic thoughts. Then you can do really cool
Yeah,
things.
the clone just looks like you, but it's like an idiot.
Yeah.
Or it's a genius. At least you're
Does my clone have my heart problem? Could
I don't know.
Is it like the island where like I have a clone that has all the good body parts and then I just siphon it off of it?
I don't know.
That's horrible.
I didn't get that deep into the cloning.
I'm just saying. If there was a twin of you though, I'd be a little bit disturbed because I think I would be like attracted to your twin as well.
That's
Maybe if
weird
he
to
didn't
say.
have. Well, if he looks exactly like, I'd definitely be attracted to your clone.
Well, the thing is like he'd have to have the same personality.
That's so true.
And
if
that's
he was
the
like
big
a
thing.
dick, I'd
They
be like,
always have
get outta
like
here.
a subtle difference. Like one of them is like, I'm the emotional one, and I'm the silly one.
It is a weird thing.
Like they're trying so hard to be different, and everyone's like, we can
understand. It's different.
I mean, twins are awesome, but it is scary. Like
Not
your
at
mom
all.
and her identical twin sister. They just like look at each other, start like they do the same things.
They do the same
and they
exact
can't
laugh.
Even
They
break
live on the complete different side of the country, and
Yep.
they do the exact same mannerisms. They still do the exact same laugh. They talk the exact same way. It is a weird thing though, because you're right. Years ago, I was like, God, Julia Louis-Dreyfus reminds me so much of my aunt. And my brother was like, why doesn't she remind you of mom? And I was like, oh, I don't even like see that. And I was like, that's such a personality wise, they are so similar, but my mom and her aren't at all.
They're different.
So look,
that's how it'd be with your clone. But I feel like a clone would have been made in like a weird situation.
Sure.
So therefore, I'd be like, listen, clone.
Listen, clone.
You're my clone. Whereas like if it's my brother, I'm like, I get it. You were born 2 minutes before me. I get it.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I do want a clone. I just want someone that can lotion me.
You're switching a lot.
I'm just saying. The twin was cool for an idea, but then I'm like not an individual anymore. And now as a clone, I just thought about it. I have like someone can lotion me.
Yeah.
And that'd be really cool because I just want someone to like lotion me down.
And they could go to all the weird things you don't want to go to.
100%. Or they can go to all the
I'll
things.
go to the auditions. You go to the shows. My friend has a stand-up show. Go to that. Really laugh.
They can come with me to all the places that you don't want to go to. Like we'd spend hours in TJ Maxx.
Wow.
That sounds cool. Okay, I'm switching it. I want a clone.
You're going to have a clone.
Yeah.
Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren?
Oh, I don't care about my grandkids.
Why
Is that
not?
sad? I don't know, because I mean it's different. We don't have kids, so like that would be a different thing. If I was like, oh, that'd be interesting to see like my kid having kids.
Yeah.
But great-great-grandchildren, that's interesting. But I absolutely would love to go back to my ancestors, like because I just go back to like Donegal, Ireland, and they'd just be
Donegal.
like, listen, grab a rake, do it, put your apron on if you're gonna be here. You're gonna have to work if you're gonna be here, and I'm gonna like have the time of my life. They're such a lovely, wonderful, delicious people, and I'd just be having such a great time. We'd be eating stew. I'd be lamb farming. I'd be, making rock fences.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of that too. But look,
I'd do the great-great-grandchildren for sure.
But you wouldn't know anything in the future.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I don't know
I'd
anything
want
in
to
the
see how
past
far
either.
my legacy, like, oh, great-great-grandpapa Delman, you were the guy that used to make the bread and you liked the watches.
You were the guy with the podcast.
Yeah. That podcast that helped everyone cure cancer.
Why are they Southern? Can I ask about that?
I can't control.
Look, the world's gonna be on fire. I'm
just saying, like, it'd be interesting to see if my legacy did anything, or if anyone had any stories or anything. Versus, like, if I went back to like Friesland, to like, I've already been there.
Sure.
In this century,
Sure.
and they're still like pumping water out of the walls, and they're like literally mad at, like, it was like, I understand why my relatives left. Like, it was so beautiful,
Sure.
but my specific family that's still there
That's still in
are
Friesland.
very mad.
Yes.
And then obviously Sweden is great, but like my family that got there, they escaped Russia.
Sure.
So like at that point, like
Sure.
my family would definitely be like under some sort of weird hiding, being Jewish.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's not
either
looking
way,
good for
it's
you.
not good for me.
No.
But if I go forward, I'm like, did it work? And they're like, who are you?
Yeah, and you're
I'm
like,
great
"No."
great grandpa. I hate you. Oh. Or it'll be like, oh yeah, we still tell that
They're
story.
like the guy that died in the fire.
Yeah. We still tell that story about the fire.
Yeah, that's exactly it. No, I mean, I'm still going back in time just because
To the Donegal.
To the Donegal.
No,
But
that's
also because I mean, I don't know. I'm lost in technology now. I'd be so lost in the future. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I also wouldn't be able to bring technology back with me either. Like if I had to explain
the
it to them.
beauty about being old though is you don't have to know anything about anything.
That's so real. Then
you just get to be mad and yell at people and then get
You're
them
not
to
going to be old in that scenario.
Who?
You're going to go back. You're going to go right now as your young self
No.
to that. You're not going as an old person.
That'd be so
You're
weird. I'm
time
like,
traveling.
what's up, great grandpaps?
Oh my
And they're
God.
like-
If that's not a fucking movie, I don't know what
I
is.
think
It's
Martin
like
Lawrence.
He time traveled and he's their great grandpa.
Do they
He
see me as an old man? Or...
No. Can you skate though? And he's like, yeah.
No, but
I
at
can
that
skate.
point, like my grandchildren would be older than me.
Great grandchildren?
It might my great if I'm gonna see my great grandchildren and I'm my
yeah,
age
your
now,
grandchildren would
my
be older than
and
you.
I'm like leave the old ones at home. Let's go catch
some waves.
So you would go back to Donegal.
Yeah, I'm going back in
I
time.
would go hope that my future grandchildren have built like some sort of statue of me, hopefully.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
they tell the
That's the only thing
stories,
you can hope for.
the story of the podcast in Delman and
Look,
all the
I
weird
will
stuff.
say again, also, it's going to suck because I have nothing to give them. I'm like, I know a potato famine happens, so really, watch out for that.
Yeah, but nothing else.
Nothing
I don't
else.
know.
I can't
Hopefully,
explain the internet. I can't
I'm not good at
explain
history. I got pop
stocks.
culture, so in sync.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I have nothing to
They're
give
like,
you.
who's in sync?
They're like, she just came back and made stew with us.
Who
She's a
won
really
this
good
and
cook.
this and this? Can you tell us these numbers?
They're like, if you have any sports info, we could really make some good money. And
You
I'd be
should
like,
buy Bitcoin, but I don't know when. At some point, you should buy it. Maybe the soonest you hear about it.
It's buy
Buy
this
it.
thing called Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I don't.
That's
think
all I
it's
know.
Hundreds of
But
years
trust
into the
me,
future.
sell it when it feels too good to be true. I don't know when that is either.
I don't have
I don't
any
remember.
knowledge for
yeah,
you.
but just
Oh my God, I really don't. I'm like, I have
I
nothing.
feel
to
like
give
that's
you.
how I heard about Bitcoin. Some time traveler was like, listen, I can only tell you one thing. And I'm like, okay, weird guy.
this
I'm
guy,
not going to download a
he said he's-
wallet. And now
Of course, because
dang it.
Bitcoin in itself sounds like a time traveler
Yeah.
bullshit to do.
It's a Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
In the future, we go on bits, but we still have coins.
Okay, hypothetical. Jen I. Grace said, hypothetical, would you rather have eyes the size of teacups or teeth the size of a computer keys? Eyes the size of teacups or teeth the size of computer keys?
I don't even know what that means.
What do you mean? Eyes? Would you rather? You have to choose.
I guess eyes the size of teacups, because that means that I would be able to take in like low
Delman,
light much
you
better.
look insane. You look like a lemur.
Yeah, but you look insane with like computer chip teeth. I mean, that's insane.
Computer key teeth.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my teeth are probably the at least the vertical height of a computer key, but not the width. So if
Smile
they're-
big. Your teeth are not the vertical height of a computer key.
I think so.
No,
But definitely, if they like, so it's either like, like a weird guy with
you're just
computer.
gonna look like Dr. Teeth and like
That's
the
weird.
Muppet Mayhem people. Yeah.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I can chew meat really well. Whereas, like, if I have to have one or the other, it's like I can see in very low lights.
I can see it, and they're like, "Oh God, your
Sometimes
teacup
in the-
eyes are insane."
No, sometimes in the dark. I can see everything.
Okay, cool, man.
My eyes are so big that the iris has a.
Yeah, your iris is gonna be the size of a quarter.
That's I'd be able to see everything.
Don't.
I can see behind me, in front of me.
There's no way.
Beside me.
There's no way.
I don't know if you know how eyes work.
It's like a frog. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's great.
You're gonna look like a psychopath.
I will definitely look like. Then I can capitalize on it. They call me Frog Eye. I have a whole like Instagram
What's
account.
up, everyone? I'm Frog Eye. Hey, Frog Eye Instagram account.
I'm like hitting people behind me.
No.
Yeah, it's the whole thing. If you have big teeth, they're like cool.
They're like
Jaws.
weird
Weirdo.
teeth, man.
Yeah, like get them shaved down or something. Whereas like a big eyes, I'm like, what's up?
I mean, you don't get to have sunglasses or anything.
What?
Like,
They're not popping out. They're just big.
yeah, they're the size of teacups.
You
Cheese.
I've seen some big glasses.
Oh my god.
I would just wear those, and then I'd be like,
You'd wear like the cartoon clown
yeah, and then I'd
glasses,
pull them
but
up and
for
be like,
real.
oh my, and I'm
oh
like,
my god.
yeah, you should see what I see. That'd
You
be my
should see-
opener.
Okay. No.
I'd
Your
have a lot of
opener?
seeing jokes.
Look, Frog Eye can't do stand up. He's got to go save the world with his excellent vision and sometimes sees at nights.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
You know, observational comedy is only
God,
this.
no, Frog Eye, boo. Get off stage.
I can see so much more than.
Frog Eye, boo. Bring back Dr. Teeth.
Hey guys, Dr. Teeth was
Bring
horrible. He
back
just
the
bit
big
into an
teeth.
apple for an hour.
She just ate corn on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying,
All
you
right.
know. What's your go-to comfort movie? You don't really have one, I don't think. I have a go-to comfort show. My go-to comfort show is Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
I have seen every single episode of Bob's Burgers probably 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Every time I try and like surprise myself, and I'll be like, 13 episode 2, and I'll just like press play, and I know it. I know it by heart. I know what's gonna happen. But I love that show. I love it so much. It's so sweet and endearing and funny and well written, and yeah, I love it. I could watch it and have watched it a billion times. It's also like a bubble gum for your brain.
Yeah.
You know?
I have an array of shows.
What's your array of shows?
Which encoding would be any of these.
Okay.
Can be chosen. A
Yeah.
string.
A string of shows.
Yeah, so it would either be Seinfeld,
Yep.
Frasier,
Sure.
or Peep Show, I think.
Peep Show's your go-to.
Those three. I
yes,
just told
but
you.
I'm just saying, what I will say that I know is that if you're like, I can't even think about what to put on, you just put on Peep Show.
It's just
It's
hilarious.
a great
Yeah,
show.
it's
It's
the
actually
best.
top notch.
Yeah.
I think everyone should watch it.
It makes me laugh like old Arrested Development.
Sure.
Like,
It's perfectly situational humor.
Yeah.
They are really good at it, and
And,
it's fantastic.
it's just so well done.
That, and I will say, It's Always Sunny is one of our go-tos.
Oh,
so
yeah,
much
yeah.
so that like when we got
Yeah.
married, I had a It's Always Sunny quote
Oh,
engraved in your ring.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I have a lot I can just throw on, and not.
Yeah.
And Bob's Burgers I could throw on too. King of the Hill.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
a
lot.
go-to.
I have a lot.
Oh, this is kind of fun, and it can go fast. What are your thoughts on soft pretzels?
Yeah. Who would say no?
Who
Soft
would
pretzels
say
obviously
no?
are greater than hard pretzels.
Yeah, who would say
Yeah,
no?
who would say? Why is that even a question?
I don't know, but who would say no?
All right, how about this? For your birthday, would you rather receive cash or gifts?
Cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that sad? Look, I love gifts.
Well, it just depends.
It
I
depends.
mean,
You were so right. It
some
depends.
people are great gift givers.
Some of them are great.
And you're like, listen, I know you're going to give me something crazy. I want that. But then there's
okay.
other people that you're like, I love you. You don't understand me. You're going to be wasting your money. You're
Yeah,
going to be
please
wasting my
save
money.
your money. Look, I have an ice cream gift card that's been in there for 4 years
Yeah.
now. So I'm just saying.
The company already went out of
Yeah, I'm
business.
positive they did.
Can I get the cash back?
This is fun. John Mark Guerra says, I hope I said that right. Says, what's the weirdest thing you know about each other? Look, I know so many weird
Yeah,
things
I'm
about
like,
you.
what's weird?
Yeah, what qualifies as weird?
Yeah.
You know? That is what is the weirdest thing you know about each other?
Yeah, there's not much weird
There's not
stuff.
much weird
I mean,
stuff.
it's all weird, but it's relative, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, weird to me is very weird. So,
One of the weirdest things I know about Delman is that when he's like trying to let off steam, that's a weird way to say that, but when he's like, when you're hyperactive or when you're just like going through your day, you'll do karate chops.
no, that's just me doing that.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm
that
just
has
saying.
nothing to do with me being.
I don't know anyone else that does karate.
I do it as a joke.
Yeah, but like you'll like it's a pretty consistent. You'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, they're not good. I'm doing that to entertain you, like to say
that's
hello.
Fair, but that's a weird
like,
thing to know about someone. Of like, hey, I know that like pretty consistently throughout the day, if he's like, trying to get his wiggles
they're not
out,
like I'm like seriously.
No,
I'm just like
no.
trying to be a goofball.
It's a goofball karate chop.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's something I'd have to honestly think about. Of what is the weirdest thing?
You actually talk to the dogs like you're hoping that one day they'll understand you.
I do.
You like literally like I'll be gone and you'll be looking at them and like, if you understand me, blink twice. And like you don't even know, and you're like,
I do it
really, and I'm like, we gotta.
I've asked multiple times for them to show me if they understand.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, hey, like I'll have full conversations with them, and it won't be like, oh, and you want you go on walkies? It's literally like, hey, I already told you that we're not going to be doing that right now. Mm-hmm. In like 20 minutes, we can do that, and you have to relax and calm down. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when they can actually talk, it's going to be on. They're gonna trust me.
And I hear that, and that's a big bet, and a lot of people have been living on that's like that. Bet. But you know what? If it happens, I will be the first to be like, dang.
I fucked up.
Yeah, you did it.
Wow.
And this is pretty cool.
I feel like a real idiot.
I didn't really lose a lot because I can hear them too. And,
no, it's just me.
Well, that's never going to work because then I'll be like, she's really crazy, doctor. No one else can hear them. She thinks that she broke the barrier. They're still just dogs.
I know if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be me. It's going to be me.
Yeah.
Look,
speaking of, one of our awesome listeners and friends reached out to us on the email.
Yeah.
And they said that they were doing some work down in Mauritius, I believe is how you pronounce it. In a national park there, and there is this small amount of pink pigeons. There are 600 of them left.
I love it.
And he or they found one of them, and they wasn't ringed or tagged, and it was grumpy, and they named it Delman.
Delman, how does it feel to have a pink pigeon named after you?
There's only 600 left. It's very rare.
That's huge.
It's a big deal.
It's a humongous deal.
That pigeon might be more successful than me.
Oh, absolutely. I mean that in the kindest way.
Yeah, like that to me is like when I come back to my great great grandkids, I'll be like, there was a
That's what it's gonna.
pigeon
like,
in
Mauritius. Were you the grandpa that the pink pigeon was named after?
And I was like, great great grandpa.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
2-bit. That's his name.
Look, hear me out. Okay, I go back.
He's
in time.
half robot, half human.
Oh my god. I go back in time. I give them, my family, all of this money info, right? Like how to win in baseball
Let's
games.
Let's hear about these.
I don't have specifics
like
yet.
The fire coming.
I just have to Google.
You gotta have this stuff go. You're not gonna be ready.
Oh man, I'm
you're
not
gonna
be
get sent back
ready.
to time, and you're gonna be like cell phone, and they're like, "How's it work?" And you're like,
no idea. And they're like, I'm like satellites, and they're like, "How do those work?" I'm like, I don't know.
Patriots, and like what years? You're like, just do them a lot. If you hear the name,
oh man,
yeah,
Civil War,
yeah.
You're right.
Tom Brady's doing good, and then he's not.
That's all I have.
Yeah. Kanye, I don't. I mean, I don't have the dates, but
I don't
can
have
tell you the
any
trajectory.
of the dates on this.
Yeah, you
I don't have
be
any
able to help
sports
anyone.
info. But okay, I will go back in time. I'll give them info. They'll get a bunch of money, right? Mm-hmm. And then when we meet, we'll be extremely wealthy billionaires by that point.
Oh, you're gonna go back in time, yeah.
And then
what are you gonna tell them?
And then
to do?
You're gonna have legend. And then so when you meet our great grandkids, we're gonna be billionaires by that point.
Yeah. That was the weird great great grandpa.
You're right. We should
that
just
used to do karate moves. But at least he left us all this money.
And he had
a pink pigeon named after him.
I think it's the coolest thing in the entire world.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, you should be. I think that's the coolest thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
I think.
He did say they were quite dumb birds, but I didn't let that hurt my feelings.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Episode 12.
Episode 13.
13. We love you guys, and we're still going to hang out. Cuz.
See you waiter.
See you waiter.
Way. Curds and way. It's.
See you.
I thought I'd test it out.
Cheese. cheese.
Oh, wow.
Bye.